Thanks for tuning in. We are looking today in the Word. We're going to be looking at a particular instance that happened. But before we get there, you've always heard God is for you and He'll fight your battles and you can trust in the Lord. Well, I thought it'd be really great if we actually had an example of that and not just the Scripture. The Scripture is good and it's solid and it's true. We're going to be looking in the book of Second Chronicles today. Very easy to find, next to First Chronicles. Oh, just kidding. It is next to First Chronicles. But you got, the First, Second Samuel, the Kings, and the Chronicles. It's in the Old Testament. If you get to Psalms, too far, go back to the left. Anywhere in the New Testament, and it's definitely too far. Now, we are going to be looking at a life of King Asa, one of the good kings. Now, here's what happens in this situation, and I'll read it, and just what you'll see. He has an army. It's about 600,000, and he comes up to someone who has 1.3 million. So just about 2-to-1 odds. And yet he cries out to God, and God delivers him. Watch this. Second Chronicles chapter 14. We're going to be looking at 9 through 15. It says, 8. And Asa had an army of 300,000 from Judah, who carried shields and spears, and from Benjamin 280,000 men who carried shields and drew bows. All these were mighty men of valor. Then Zerah the Ethiopian came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots, and he came to Maresha. So Asa went out against him, and they set up troops in battle array in the valley. And Asa cried out to the Lord his God and said, Lord, it is nothing for you to help, whether with many or with those who have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on you, and in your name we go against this multitude. O Lord, you are our God. Do not let man prevail against you. So the Lord struck the Ethiopians before Asa, and Judah and the Ethiopians fled. And Asa and the people who were with him pursued them to Gerar, so the Ethiopians were overthrown, and they could not recover, for they were broken before the Lord and his army, and they carried away very much spoil. Then they defeated all of the cities around, for the fear of the Lord came upon them, and they plundered the cities, for there was exceedingly much spoil. And it says, they also attacked the livestock enclosures, carried off sheep and camels in abundance. Now that's an incredible story. That prayer is powerful. But how did King Asa get to the point that he knew God was going to deliver even if the odds are stacked against him? Here's where you zoom up to the first part of chapter 14, and this is important. It says, Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord. You want the Lord to fight your battles? You want to be able to cry out when the odds are stacked against you 2-to-1 or more? You want to be able to say, I stand for the Lord? Then you have to do it now. You have to be like Asa and say, I will be the good. I will stand for you. Don't wait till the battle comes. Prepare your heart now, and then you'll be able to declare, the Lord will fight my battles. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. Let's see what happens next week.